Hollywood, a place of dreams, glamour, and fame. But behind the dazzling lights and red carpets, a darker story unfolds. A story of organized crime, hidden deals, and dangerous liaisons. This is the story of Hollywood's entanglement with the mob. From the early days of the movie industry, organized crime saw an opportunity in Hollywood. They saw a chance to make money, gain power, and rub shoulders with the stars. And so they infiltrated the studios, the unions, and the casinos, leaving their mark on Hollywood's history. This essay delves into the murky underworld of Hollywood, exploring the mob's influence on the film industry. We'll uncover the stories of notorious gangsters like Bugsy Siegel and Mickey Cohen, who found a home among the stars. We'll examine the scandals, the murders, and the secrets that rocked Tinseltown. Get ready to journey into the heart of Hollywood's dark side, where the line between fantasy and reality blurs and the stakes are higher than any movie script. The mob's influence in Hollywood wasn't a fleeting shadow, it was a pervasive presence. They infiltrated various facets of the industry, from labor unions to movie production. Their tactics were often brutal, using intimidation, extortion, and violence to maintain control. One of the most notorious examples was the mob's grip on the Screen Actors Guild. They rigged elections, extorted money from actors, and controlled which actors got work. This created a climate of fear and silence, where few dared to speak out against their criminal overlords. Beyond the unions, the mob invested heavily in movie studios, using them as fronts for money laundering and other illegal activities. They also used their influence to secure roles for their friends and associates, further solidifying their grip on the industry. The mob's presence in Hollywood was a toxic mix of glamour and brutality, casting a long shadow over the golden age of cinema. Their influence left a lasting impact, shaping the industry in ways that are still felt today. Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, a notorious mobster known for his violent temper and lavish lifestyle, was drawn to Hollywood's allure. He envisioned a glamorous life beyond the traditional confines of organized crime, a life where he could mingle with stars and be a king in his own right. Siegel set his sights on Las Vegas, then a dusty desert town, and envisioned transforming it into a gambling mecca. He used mob money to build the Flamingo Hotel, a lavish resort that aimed to attract Hollywood's elite. However, Siegel's ambition and extravagance ultimately led to his downfall. The Flamingo project was plagued by cost overruns and delays, angering his mob bosses back east. His lavish spending and increasingly independent streak made him a liability. In 1947, Siegel was gunned down in his girlfriend's Beverly Hills mansion, his dreams of Hollywood glory cut short. His murder remains unsolved, adding another layer of intrigue to the mob's tangled history in Hollywood. Mickey Cohen, a ruthless and ambitious gangster, took over the reins of the Los Angeles underworld after Bugsy Siegel's demise. Cohen, a former boxer with a penchant for violence, quickly established himself as a force to be reckoned with. Cohen's reign was marked by violence, extortion, and corruption. He controlled gambling dens, nightclubs, and various rackets, using intimidation and brutality to maintain his grip on power. His flamboyant lifestyle and connections to Hollywood stars made him a constant fixture in the tabloids. However, Cohen's empire began to crumble under pressure from law enforcement and rival gangs. His violent methods attracted unwanted attention, and his grip on power weakened. Despite numerous attempts on his life, Cohen proved to be a survivor. Though eventually imprisoned for tax evasion, Cohen's reign of terror left an indelible mark on Hollywood. His story serves as a reminder of the dark underbelly that lurked beneath the city's glamorous facade. The murder of William Desmond Taylor, a prominent film director in 1922, sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Taylor was found shot to death in his bungalow, and the investigation revealed a web of secrets, affairs, and lies. Suspects included actresses Mabel Normand and Mary Miles Minter, both of whom had been romantically linked to Taylor. The case became a media sensation, with newspapers publishing salacious details and fueling public speculation. Despite a thorough investigation, Taylor's murder remains unsolved to this day. Theories abound, implicating various actors, studio executives, and even organized crime figures. The case became a symbol of Hollywood's dark side, where glamour and intrigue often masked sinister truths. The murder of William Desmond Taylor remains one of Hollywood's most enduring mysteries, a chilling reminder of the secrets and scandals that can lurk beneath the surface of fame and fortune. Marilyn Monroe, The iconic blonde bombshell was linked to both President John F. Kennedy and his brother, Attorney General Robert Kennedy. These relationships, shrouded in secrecy and fueled by speculation, became fodder for conspiracy theories in Hollywood lore. Monroe's involvement with the Kennedys, particularly with John F. Kennedy, was never officially confirmed. However, rumors persisted, fueled by alleged sightings and whispers from those in their inner circles. The nature and extent of their relationships remain a subject of debate. Monroe's tragic death in 1962 at the age of 36 further fueled speculation about her connections to the Kennedys. Her death, ruled a probable suicide, was surrounded by inconsistencies and unanswered questions, leading some to suspect foul play. The intertwined stories of Marilyn Monroe and the Kennedys illustrate the intersection of Hollywood glamour, political power, and enduring mystery. Their relationships, real or imagined, continue to fascinate, reminding us of the enduring allure of Hollywood's secrets. By the 1960s, the mob's grip on Hollywood began to loosen. Increased scrutiny from law enforcement, changing social dynamics, and the decline of the studio system all contributed to their waning influence. The government cracked down on organized crime, targeting their illegal activities and financial holdings. The FBI, under J. Edgar Hoover, made it a priority to dismantle the mob's power base, including their operations in Hollywood. Meanwhile, the studio system, which had provided a fertile ground for mob influence, began to crumble. Independent productions gained traction, and the power dynamics shifted away from the major studios, weakening the mob's control. While the mob's influence waned, their presence in Hollywood left an undeniable mark. Their legacy, etched in scandals, violence, and enduring mysteries, continues to shape our perception of the film industry's glamorous and often turbulent past. The mob's involvement in Hollywood left a complex and lasting legacy. While their criminal activities cast a dark shadow over the industry, their influence also shaped its development, leaving an imprint that can still be seen today. The mob's involvement in labor unions, for example, had a significant impact on the working conditions of actors, writers, and crew members. While their methods were often brutal, they also secured benefits and protections for workers, shaping the relationship between labor and management in Hollywood. Moreover, the mob's investment in movie studios, while driven by illicit motives, also contributed to the financing and production of numerous films. Their involvement, however controversial, played a role in shaping the landscape of Hollywood filmmaking. The mob's legacy in Hollywood is a mix of light and shadow, a reminder that even the most glamorous industries can be touched by the darkness of organized crime. Their story serves as a cautionary tale, illustrating the seductive allure and the potential consequences of power and corruption. Hollywood has always been fascinated by organized crime, using its stories as fodder for countless films and television shows. From classic gangster movies like The Godfather to modern television dramas like The Sopranos, the mob's allure on screen remains undeniable. These stories often portray organized crime with a mix of glamour and brutality, showcasing the power, wealth, and violence that come with a life outside the law. The characters are often complex and charismatic, drawing audiences into their world of loyalty, betrayal, and moral ambiguity. The enduring fascination with organized crime in Hollywood reflects our own complex relationship with these stories. We are both repelled by the violence and drawn to the allure of power, the codes of honor, and the tragic downfall of those who choose to live outside the law. From the early days of gangster films to the present, Hollywood has grappled with the themes of organized crime, exploring its allure, its consequences, and its enduring impact on our culture. The portrayal of the mob in film and television has evolved, reflecting changing societal attitudes and artistic sensibilities. Early gangster films romanticized organized crime, while later works explored the psychological and social consequences. Classic films like The Public Enemy and Scarface presented mobsters as tragic figures, driven by ambition. These films showcased the violence and brutality of organized crime, hinting at a code of honor among thieves. Later films like Goodfellas and Casino offered a more realistic portrayal of mob life, exposing the corrosive effects of greed and violence. These films delved into the psychological toll of living a double life, torn between power and consequences. Shows like The Sopranos and Boardwalk Empire presented complex characters struggling with moral dilemmas. These shows explored the human cost of organized crime, examining the impact on families and relationships. Hollywood, the land of dreams and make-believe, has always had a complex relationship with its dark side. The allure of organized crime, with its blend of glamour, power, and violence, has captivated audiences for decades. From mob involvement in the film industry to gangster movies, the lines between fantasy and reality often blur. Stories of mobsters and scandals remind us that even in glamour, darkness can lurk beneath the surface. The mob's legacy continues to shape our perceptions of the film industry. Tales of corruption and power serve as cautionary reminders of the thin line between right and wrong. Hollywood's dark side holds a mirror to our own fascinations and anxieties. Stories of organized crime with themes of ambition, loyalty, and betrayal continue to resonate.